Gemini Souls, welcome to your reading. I am so grateful that you are here. My name is Nikki, and I use my clairaudient and channeling abilities to help people find the magic within. If you're new here, welcome. I channel messages from creative expression such as movies, books, and music, and I'm excited and honored to be doing this reading for you today. For this series, I will be channeling messages from Edgar Allan Poe quotes. So last month, it was my birthday at the beginning of the month, and my boyfriend Anthony planned an adventure day for me, and it was a lot of fun. One of the places that we went to was a spiritual store where they sell crystals and incense and tarot cards, and I came across a Edgar Allan Poe tarot deck that I had to have. So my boyfriend bought it for me, and that is where I got the idea for this series. We're in the month of October. It is spooky season. What better way to channel some messages than from one of the masterminds of horror himself, Edgar Allan Poe? So how the reading will work, Gemini, is I have channeled 12 different Edgar Allan Poe quotes. I have written them on 12 slips of paper, one for each zodiac sign. Put them in this little tin. We will let Spirit choose one for you, and then I'll do an intuitive card reading to get some additional messages for you. So let's see which Edgar Allan Poe quote has a message for you, Gemini. We have literature is the most noble of professions. In fact, it is about the only one fit for a man. For my own part, there is no seducing me from the path. Literature is the most noble of professions. In fact, it is about the only one fit for a man. For my own part, there is no seducing me from the path. The first deck of cards that we will be using, Gemini, is none other than my brand new deck from Edgar Allan Poe. So, thank you, Spirit. What messages do you have for my Gemini souls? Thank you. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Next, we'll be using the Super Attractor deck. Thank you, Spirit. What else? I am kind and loving towards others while creating clear boundaries that protect my good feeling emotions. Next, we'll pull a card from the Moonology deck. Thank you, Spirit. What else? Adjustments are required. Third quarter moon. Your final card will come from the Self-Love Affirmation deck from Louise. Thank you, Spirit. What is your final message for my Gemini souls? Bottom card. My business is prosperous. I rejoice in other people's successes because I know there is plenty for everyone. Okay, Gemini, let's reflect on your Edgar Allan Poe quote again here. Literature is the most noble of professions. In fact, it is about the only one fit for a man. For my own part, there is no seducing me from the path. So what Spirit is showing me, Gemini, a lot of my Gemini souls on this reading here are readers, have a passion to write a book or write something in general, want to work in publishing, editing, copywriting. I'm seeing a lot of different elements with literature. I know that won't resonate with everybody, but I am being drawn to the last part of the quote here. It says, "There is no seducing me from the path." So whatever it is that you are passionate about, Gemini. Edgar Allan Poe was talking about how he was so passionate about writing that there was no seducing him away from that path. So Spirit is using this Edgar Allan Poe quote to bring a message to you in terms of not allowing yourself to be distracted from what it is that really sets your soul on fire, what you love the most, what you're passionate about. Don't let anyone seduce you away from the path that you want to follow for yourself, okay? Because whatever you're here to do, whatever your mission is, you will feel it in your soul, you will feel it in your bones. It's part of who you are. It just has a way of finding you. For those of my Geminis who feel like they haven't found what it is they want to do, all right? But a lot of my Geminis here love literature, love writing, love books, love reading, and some of you have a career path with that. And also I'm seeing attached to spirituality. Some of you are here to write books on spirituality, on healing, on chakras, on manifestation, on the law of attraction, a lot of different things that will be very unique to you and your unique experiences. Infusing that in your writing will really, really help as well. All right. So the main message here is to not allow yourself to be distracted from what you love. Okay. With the Nine of Pentacles, you're very close to achieving what it is that you want. This is the card right before the Ten of Pentacles. And see how the woman on the card, she is solid in who she is. She knows her worth. She has her sights set on prosperity, on abundance. But that also stems from service, adding value to others. And a big part of all light workers' missions on the planet is to be of service, to add value to others in some way. And I see that you are doing that, Gemini, that this is something that you have recognized. And I'm seeing a lot of travel, perhaps overseas even. I'm drawn to the boat in the background there. Perhaps some of you will take an overseas trip on a boat somewhere for your work, or it might even just be a vacation, but it's enjoying the fruits of your labor, enjoying your prosperity because of the work that you have put in. So your manifestations are coming in very strongly, but it's also because you're loving yourself, you're seeing your own worth, and you're not settling for less than what you deserve. That's what the Nine of Pentacles is all about here. Fruits of your labor coming in, and also just taking in the beauty of the world in the process. I feel a lot of energy of my Gemini souls here really admiring the beauty in the world and taking it in. It's definitely not something you take for granted, Gemini, and that's really beautiful. There is some other energies around you right now to be very mindful of, because we do have adjustments are required. And we also have, I am kind and loving toward others while creating clear boundaries that protect my good feeling emotions. So, because you're in this Nine of Pentacles energy, Gemini, you're attracting a lot of other energy from other people in the world right now. So it's important to protect your energy, but also set clear boundaries that protect your good feeling emotions. And what I'm feeling here is that there are people around you who don't believe in what you are doing. And that is where the end of the quote here, there is no seducing me from the path. There are people who are trying to distract you away from your mission. And I'm feeling very strongly for a lot of you, this is family members who have an idea in their mind of what you should be doing in the world. No, you need to have a 9 to 5 job where you do this. You have to have a certain level of schooling to do this and that, like trying to control like what you do for a job or something here is what I'm seeing. Not believing in what it is you're doing. And I'm seeing that this has caused a lot of hurt feelings because we have, I am kind and loving towards others while creating clear boundaries that protect my good feeling emotions. Because I'm feeling whatever it is you're working on, Gemini, that it's something that you're passionate about, that you love. But it's also important not to let others seduce you away from that. This is where Spirit is saying to set clear boundaries to protect what you're creating, to protect that love that you feel for this project, this business, this passion of yours, okay? This is not other people's passions. This is your passion, all right? So if somebody's coming at you saying, why are you doing this? This isn't going to be fruitful. This is going nowhere. Boundary. Set up that boundary. Do not let it get in here, okay? You keep your focus on what you're creating. The only reason why you're getting this backlash from these other people is because they're actually, what I'm feeling very strongly, they are feeling threatened by what you're creating. Their fears are coming up because they don't have the strength to do what it is that you are doing, all right? But that's okay. They're just not in that place of awareness where they're ready to be bold. But you being bold and moving forward, despite what you're hearing from them, some of these people, it will actually activate that strength within them, okay? So there is some patience to be had with some of these people, okay? But stay true to you and work on what you love, okay? Because the last card here says, my business is prosperous. My business is prosperous. So for those of you who are entrepreneurs, you are just starting to come into the fruits of that, starting to see the abundance come in from the value you have been adding, of being of service. And that is truly, truly beautiful. Yeah. On the back of the card, it says, I rejoice in other people's successes because I know there is plenty for everyone. So this is just another confirmation from Spirit. If you ever find yourself comparing what you're doing to somebody else, to let that go, remember your own uniqueness, remember your own light, and remember that the universe is vast, it's abundant, there is plenty for everyone, okay? And as you stay in your own lane and you keep creating what it is you're here to create, your abundance is going to just keep coming in, because we have the Nine of Pentacles here, and this is all about abundance and prosperity from the hard work that you have been putting forth, Gemini. I'd like to open up my clairaudience and see what else Spirit would like to tell my Gemini souls. Thank you. I'm hearing something about children. Some of you are here to lead children spiritually in some way. Some of you, that's what your business is around. It could be a daycare, and you've already started to infuse spiritual practices to the children, is what I'm seeing. What else, Spirit? Thank you. I'm also seeing like a country, not a country per se, but like out in the country, like on a farm. Like I'm seeing horses and a lasso of some sort. I'm seeing some of you, your upbringing was on a farm or out in the country of some sort. What else are you bringing through here? There's something very spiritual about training horses, communicating with horses, having a business that evolves around animals and horses, something on a farm of some sort, showing animals, but doing it in a way where there's a lot of unconditional love for the animals, is what I'm feeling. That's really beautiful. What else, Spirit? Thank you. Also singing. I'm also seeing some of you sing, have that rock star essence about you. What else, Spirit? Thank you. What, in terms of adjustments that are required, what other adjustments besides boundaries are you bringing through? Yeah, I'm also hearing a liaison or being the middleman with something, always trying to neutralize the energy when two people are arguing, is what I'm seeing. And that's affecting your energy, Gemini, when you do that. This is another area where you need to have better boundaries. You can certainly influence the energy by grounding the space that you are in. But when two other people are in an argument of some sort, it's not really fair for them to put you in the middle, because that's energy coming from different directions, and it's like leaving your energy open when this isn't your fight, this isn't your problem, this isn't your responsibility. It's these two people, their responsibility. If they want to work it out, they will. So there's also an energy of letting go of control, of trying to get two people to get along that just don't want to get along. And I'm also being shown, I don't know if you watched Cobra Kai, it's one of my favorite shows ever, but in the most current season, in season 5, Johnny Lawrence, he kept trying to get his son and Miguel to get along, and they did not want to get along at all. It got to the point where they ended up fighting, and that's how they unleashed their anger on one another. But it was trying to force two people that didn't want to get along, and there's something here about needing to remove your energy from that, okay? Be very mindful of that. What else, Spirit? Thank you. There's also a very powerful shadow aspect coming up right now, and I'm feeling called to pull another card from the Edgar Allan Poe deck. What is this shadow aspect? Thank you, Spirit. What is this shadow aspect that's coming up very strongly for Gemini right now? Thank you. The King of Swords. Okay, so what I'm feeling from this is it's a past life healing of some sort for you, Gemini. Um, you're a leader by trade, okay? The King of Swords is a leader, but also the King of Swords can sometimes come off as an emotional or say things out of a very reactionary energy. And I'm being shown that in past lives, there were certain instances where you were a leader, and it's like this same pattern that's kind of infusing into your current life right now, and it's coming up to be healed. There were certain lives where I'm seeing it was like kind of like a dictatorship or leading in a not so positive way. And this is a lot of you, this is something you've come to heal in this lifetime, by being a leader who takes those shadow aspects and integrates them rather than keeps the karmic pattern going. This is a very big part of your mission here, Gemini, to heal things through leadership that you weren't able to heal in past lives when you were a leader for something, when you were a leader for something. And I totally just knocked over my microphone here. I feel like it was something in terms of communication, of speaking to a big group of people about something, like the way that the words came out. You're very influential, especially with your words. So people listen when you speak. So it's almost like this energy of watching your words. And this was also a message that came out for Scorpio in the reading I just did for them. So very, very interesting. Any final messages for my Gemini souls? Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, I'm hearing something about learning lessons. So if you find that you keep manifesting something over and over and over again, that is a very good sign that it is a karmic loop. And if you're running into instances that you would rather not prefer, the way that you break out of this karmic loop is by doing something that you haven't previously done. All right, the karmic pattern, it keeps repeating because how you have handled it has not changed. So you have to change the way you handle the karmic pattern, learn the lesson, do something you haven't previously done to shift into a new timeline and a new energy. All right, so you'll know what these karmic patterns are because you will find yourself in the same situation repeatedly, and it will trigger you. You'll feel annoyed by it. That is your sign that it is a karmic pattern, and to do something to help you learn the lesson that is different from what you have been doing, Gemini. Okay, so a lot of really cool energy here with the Nine of Pentacles coming out, traveling overseas, speaking out, being the leader that you are, but also not letting anybody seduce you away from your path, because what you're here to do, you are here to do. Set boundaries with people, be kind and loving toward others, but don't let people distract you from your mission or let them take away your good feeling emotions. Those are the big adjustments that are required. You're going to have a very prosperous business. Those of you Geminis who are entrepreneurs, those of you who love literature, love publishing, copywriting, writing, any sense of the word, Doesn't have to do with that, but whatever you're passionate about, it will be prosperous. And the last message was to rejoice in other people's successes, because you know there is plenty for everyone on the planet. So remember your own unique light and stay true to that. Don't compare yourself to other people. Just continue to be the unique light worker that you are, Gemini, and all will be well. That is all that I am seeing. Those are your messages. If your reading resonated, if you enjoyed it, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. I'm excited and honored to have done this reading for you today. I also do a podcast called the Slumber Party Massacre Podcast with 4 amazing women, my sister Lacey, Rebecca, Carly, and Heather. If that is something you're interested in listening to, I'm linking that in the description box down below as well. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you on the next video. Bye!